Get over it. Get over it. I mean, I understand the pain.
She's from
You're the only girl that I have ever wanted.
See, the white woman for the black man is the political surrender flag loon. When I walk into a space with a white woman, I'm letting every white person know I am not loyal to my community. I'm not loyal to my mother. I'm not loyal to my father. I'm not loyal to my neighbors, the children I went to college with. I am loyal to you. The white woman is the black man's nonverbal mouthpiece. By having her next to you, you are making a political statement to the world that I am loyal to the white power structure.
Yeah, and so I asked him like, yo, what is, man, I don't like, they talk too much, they argue too much. Listen, black women love me, I love black women. I don't hear no bunch of arguing.
But here's the question I would have to any black man who maligns and denigrates black women to justify dating white. First of all, you were going to date white even if you were treated well.
White guys don't want a girl who was once into black guys.
What is something a little dick dude would say, Alex, for 500?
Since the podcast is out today, I want to explain my ass a little bit more.
Men don't want to support us.
When a black man gets completely ridiculed by other black women when he gets with a white woman.
You're entitled to love who you want to love.
No, that's not what I said. You know what I'm saying? When black women get with a white man, other black women are
Praising.
Oh, she
Yeah,
knows.
Yeah.
So I'm on to you guys. I knew I was on the. Why is that okay?
Because we've got to go where we're loved. Black men, black men don't want to support us. Don't love us enough.
That's a lie.
So we got to go where we're supported.
So where you go with your support, you can champion that. But when a black man goes with a white woman, you can just ridicule
We
them.
see it as you don't love your culture, your background. You don't love you've got mummy issues.
How?
Yeah.
How though?
I can't answer that.
But you're championing that mindset.
When I said black men don't love us, I should have said some black men. I can own when I'm wrong. These are my views and my views only. I can't speak for your ass. When some black men date outside their race, particularly with white women, some people interpret it as more than just a relationship. What I mean by that is, some black women, I said some, see it as a rejection of black women, a rejection of culture. Whether these assumptions are fair or not, they exist. Because there's a long history of black men, some black men, criticizing black women. Now, if you go to the Instagram page of the podcast I did, you'll see a long list of comments cussing my blood clot from some black men. Majority black men. Proving my ass right. Judging me from a 30-second clip. Not just about black women, but about me having 2 baby dads. Not fully trying to take the time out of their day to understand why I might have 2 baby dads. That's another conversation. A lot of black men criticize black women's appearance, attitudes, that's a big one actually, are praising the other race. When that happens repeatedly, it creates hurt and mistrust. Now, on the other hand, when black women go with white men, some black women praise the black woman. Let me tell you why. Now, on the podcast, I said we have to go where we're loved. Now, that doesn't mean that white men are perfect. They're really not. They can just be as abusive as the black man. They are also capable of being abusive, controlling, unfaithful, just as any other race. The goal is to be in a healthy relationship. So go where you're loved means just that. It's less about chasing whiteness. So sometimes when black women date white men, it's often praised because it's seen as she's valuing herself. She's respecting herself after being overlooked by some black men. Understand where I'm going with this now? Not everything I said on that podcast is my views. Sometimes I talk in the mindset of you lot's blood clots. We all know there's a historical element of these conversations. For many years, black women have been expected to stand by the black man, defend them, build them, support them through difficult times. Shit, I've been there twice. So when some black women feel they haven't received the same amount of loyalty back, creates disappointment. I know you lot are nosy. Have I dated a white man? No, I haven't. That's just my preference though. I like me a black man. The numbers in the chat. Everyone has their preferences. I've had some good conversations with black men. I have many black male friends. But it's important to acknowledge that many black men deeply love and care for and respect their black queens. Now, this might rattle a few feathers, but I'm going to say it anyway. When I've seen a black man with a white woman, when they have children, Pitney's hair's not taken care of. That's no shade to you, white women. Some of you lot are doing your thing and taking the time out to learn. But when it's the other way around and a black woman has a white man, the child's hair is often cane-rolled. There's so many elements to this. So don't go basing your judgment on a 30-second clip. I said what I said, I'll say it again. Ultimately, everyone wants to be loved, no matter what the race. Who the race? Race. I'm actually sick of these conversations, I'm not going to lie to you. Everyday black women, white women, it's just annoying. So dear black men, some black men, it's a habit. Loving someone from another race is one thing, but don't put down black women in the process of it. My friend, do you. And that's where the criticism comes from. I said what I said. Check out the podcast. It's out today. I really didn't want to make this video. They always say that, innit? No, but really I didn't. But the reason I'm making it, because I didn't go into detail on the podcast. So there it is. Happy Sunday, don't at me.
What's up, guys? It's your boy FBA News. And today we're going to talk about a subject, an eternally popular subject. And that is interracial dating. Or, more specifically, interracial dating between a white woman and a black man. Now, let's break this down piece by piece and bit by bit. Personally, I can speak to this. And the simple fact of the matter is that the two most sexually policed groups in the country that is the United States are black men and white women. I, of course, only can speak for the black side of things, and my mother would say these things when I came to live with her around the age of 13. If she can't use my home, don't bring her home. And she would just flat out say that she did not want me to be with a white girl. She did not want it. She would talk about it all the time. Ad nauseum. If there would be times she would come pick me up from Publix, I'm just friendly with the white female co-worker who has a boyfriend. We're just talking, and she would say things to me like, what are you talking to that white girl for? And you want to know what happened? Well, guess what? In high school, I did begin having relations with a young white girl. And, of course, she was not happy, but it is what it is. In the 90s, that's when interracial dating, well, it wasn't as closeted as it once was. So to further illustrate my point, what I have learned from prior white female partners is how they dealt with pretty much the same thing from their fathers. If not their families alongside the father was more into putting that into their brain. And both sides don't understand the fact. Your obsession with the situation creates said situation. The girl, well, her rebellious spirit against her father and her family will simply do it out of spite. And sometimes, not all the time, sometimes that's just the lane that they stick in. What you do have is a lot of white girls in college, they're going on their sexual safari. You know, they're of the young age where they want to collect bodies and stories. And I have perfectly no problem with those women. You can find those women in any racial group because it's natural. It's natural to want to explore. But a lot of them, they'll come on and they'll settle down with a white guy. Once again, that is your choice. See, what I'm talking about is that most black men and most white women are fairly indifferent to people's opinions at the most part, especially today. It's so in your face today, which as a Gen Xer, to see how it's literally a juggernaut, I feel. And let's break this down, starting with the white male perspective, or what I have heard and seen upon TV. They don't want to compete with anybody over anything. And you're dealt with this man who in their mind they've chosen as the number one alpha male, masculine man. So because they love and hate the black man equally, they put them on that pedestal. And the goal is to be them, but they will never be them. They could color their skin black, all that. They will never be that person. So they hate, but then they love rap music. They wear baggy pants. They bite off black style. You know, the music, the clothes, everything. The lingo. But then they have this peculiar fantasy with watching white women who they call white women mud sharks who date black men, right? But they will watch those videos of black men pounding white women into oblivion. I mean, that's why the porn channel or studio Black blew up. It's because of white male, excuse me, participation. And you're starting to see a theme around here. It's this constant pursuit of the black man. It's almost not even really about the white woman at times, but the innate fear of genetic annihilation, because for the most part, the black gene dominates every other gene, some more than others, but especially theirs. So there's fear of sexual annihilation, right? And they built a system where, in its heyday, it forced the white women to make a choice. The only way you're going to have money or anything is if you get these white guys over here. But since we're in end-stage capitalism, and even though they say they've gotten rid of DEI, there are far too many women in the workplace, those being white women, who make their own money, so they have control over their lives. They don't need to be with a said white man. So when you see all these girls on TikTok, and I know other creators say they're not doing us any favors, which is true, but they don't give a fuck. See, it's in the innate core of the woman herself. Women are not race loyal. They are loyal to results. They are loyal to the men who can bring said results, who can provide, who can protect, who can please her sexually. Those are the concerns running through her brain. And if you look nothing like her father, but you can accomplish all of that, where she's provided for, protected, you're wealthy, this man is a maestro in the bedroom, oh, it's a win-win-win. And once you understand that, women are the guardians of evolution. They choose what bloodlines go into the next generation. And not many people say that or acknowledge that. They are the choosers at the end. Now, you're some piece of shit rapist. I mean, that's a different story. But for the most part, in civilized society, women choose the future of the next generation, whose genes shall be passed on. So, on the white man's part, I understand. I mean, I don't condone it, but I understand. But you cannot control Becky. Becky is loose, and she will do what she will. And the same thing has happened with black men for quite some time. I mean, you can see how apparent that is in every time they do the draft for the NBA or the NFL. And you see those young, gifted black athletes, right? Accepting their contract to whatever team they're going to, and they're with their family, and their girlfriend 90 times out of 10 is a white woman. Once again, results. The assumed peak of masculinity that black men have. Of course, the size of you know what. And you're going to have money. You see, black women have a lot to learn from white women. Not all, but a lot do. See, white women will appraise a man, talk to a man, understand a man, and if she sees that man has significant potential, she is willing to invest. And really, a college athlete, I mean, it's a win-win. But it's not just with black college athletes. I've heard of white women putting up black men who were living in their car and stuff like that. They see those things. They see those things. But when you look at the deeper disparity of things, I hear black men say, well, white women are more feminine. Well, they're raised in an environment where they can't be feminine. That's the difference. See, just like black men get it, black women get it too. And I'm not making an excuse for their behavior, but just an understanding that most people don't talk about is black women go through the same shit as black men do, if not worse. So they have to create a hard shell to survive. People harm white girls every day, but there's a price to be paid for that shit. You know, especially if it's a little white girl, they will turn every house upside down looking for said child. Well, black woman is hanging from a tree in Mississippi. Although she was African, she's still black. Well, black African. But hung and nobody gave a single fuck. So, being raised in that environment gives black women a hard, spiky shell. And since the black community is a failing matriarchy, I believe, that shit is slowly going out of style, especially since the government benefits stopped. But to go back to my point of black men and white women being policed, all that pressure forces us together. It does. You have the curiosity at first because Your family's made it taboo. Oh, you're so bad if you do that. Not knowing that they're forcing the person that they don't want to do what they don't want to do. And yeah, it's amazing when you think about it. I mean, not that many black men I've seen end up marrying white women and vice versa, you know? And where I work for the time being, yes, you see interracial couples here and there, you know? Like, the more sort of like, I wouldn't say pushed, but is accepted, nobody really speaks of it, is Asians with white people, be it an Asian man with a white woman or a white man with an Asian woman. That's not really talked about that much, the model minority thing. But I can speak to this because I have seen it multiple times with those guys. Their white girlfriend counterpart, they will see me working my job, right? I used to work the water aisle in a grocery store, but I like to be fresh. I like to wear as cool clothes as possible with the best cologne. I knew what the fuck I was doing. And these girls would straight up start fawning over me in front of those Asian men. You see, through her behavior, this is not me coming from me, it's through her behavior. The message she has given is, he can pay for the roof on my head, the food in my belly, but he can't fuck me like I know you can fuck me. And at the end of the day, that absolute is that's what it's all about. Love may come from it, a relationship may come from it, but that's secondary, honestly. The reality is, for her, said white woman, can you get me off? And since most brothers can touch the back of the oven with that thing and make it happen, you're not going to see an end to this. You're going to see it happen quite often. Quite often. And I see it increasing worldwide. You see, another thing that black men and white women have in common is that across the world, we are the tour du jour. You know? Like, we're a sought after group, they're a sought after group. You know? Even though black men are perceived in the caste system beyond the bottom, our light shines so bright, it propels us to the top, and all of our gifts are laid bare before the world to see. Whether it be in rap or in sports, we're always in the mix, and the best of us look our best all the time. Even worse, I've seen weird Goombas and they're smashing white bitches. Just because you have that black skin, it is a responsibility and a stigma that one must learn how to maneuver around in this world. And white women, well, they are the cherished treasure, the pinnacle of said white supremacy. And all the colonized groups want that white woman by their side to prove, hey, look, you know, I made it. I rose above. And I'm talking about all the other groups, Asians, Indians, Arabs. Well, I'll say a lot of those guys are kind of weird in their own way. You know, especially the Arabs and their peculiar hobby of shitting on the heads of said young white women. So, in closing, no matter how hard people may try, of every group, you cannot stop intermingling. The more pressure you put on it, the more it becomes. 10,000 years from now, if the human race is still alive, and we're all still interbreeding at the rate we are, one day, it will be truly the melting pot. And everybody will look like each other, but human beings need to fight and kill or oppress something. So they'll probably figure out some other way to do it. Eye color or hair. Something stupid like skin that they use right now. You know, I heard somebody say the phrase skin worshiper, and it's apropos because it's racism is stupidity in its purest absolute form, and laziness as well. But anyway, guys, this is FBA News. Signing out. See you later.